You know, you got a lot of nerve showing up here, I'll give you that.
Yeah, apparently I do. If I can just start by saying...
You're sorry? No, let's just skip that, okay? I'd like to just give the people the facts. I really want them to know exactly what you've done.
Go ahead.
I met him on a gay dating site.
Yeah, dating site.
A dating site about 4 months ago. And there was nothing in your profile that admitted that you were HIV positive.
And I don't believe that by virtue of the fact that I cruise gay dating sites that I should be obligated to share private medical information.
Deadly information.
About my personal health. It shouldn't be public in that sort of venue.
All that night, you had the chance to tell me something. You had the chance to say something way before we had sex that
I
night.
wasn't sure it was going to go there.
Oh, please. And then we had sex, and from my understanding, it is the riskiest sex I could possibly have with an HIV positive person.
Because I talked to you? Are you going to mention that I used a condom?
Yes, fine, he did.
Which was my idea.
Because you were lying to me. Because you said absolutely nothing.
I did what I knew would protect you, and would protect me too, I might add.
Protect you? You're amazing. Okay, so that wasn't the only time, because if it had been a one-night stand, I never would have let that happen in the first place. Because I liked you, and we made plans, and we saw each other.
We hooked up a few more times.
And all of those times, you never did you say anything about the fact that you were carrying a deadly virus. You never said anything until I found out for myself in your bathroom.
And you looked in places that were private.
Are you really going to keep banging the drum about privacy? You're disgusting. So I'm in your bathroom and I find a ton of pills and I came to you right away. I asked you.
You were accusing me right away. You knew what they were and you started screaming at me.
Yeah, poor guy, getting screamed at because you lied and lied.
I did not lie.
I couldn't. I knew we were using protection. I knew that I was healthy.
You
You knew a lot of things, but you weren't telling me any of it.
Look, I've lived with this thing for more than 10 years. It's a whole different world when you're trying to date somebody and you never get a freaking phone call back as soon as they find out that you're positive.
Oh my God, cry me a river.
And I knew I was healthy. I knew that. I haven't had a detectable viral load in years.
You lied to me. I trusted you, and I thought there was something going on between us, and you betrayed all of that because you wanted to get laid.
What I wanted was to get to know you, to show you that I was a healthy, functioning person. Do you even know what an undetectable viral load is?
Of course I know that. I know that now. But that doesn't mean that they can't find it somehow in your blood.
Last year, a study discovered that when someone is undetectable, it reduces their risk by 96%. Add a condom on top of this, and you have a better chance of being hit by a comet.
You know I could have you arrested.
Well, yes, you probably could.
There are laws against people like you. There are laws.
Yes, there are laws that make me a lethal weapon, that call me a bioterrorist, and they fly in the face of everything we know about the risk of HIV infection.
There are people out there right now who are spreading HIV, who are intentionally infecting other people, who are...
Don't you dare put me in the category with those people. I protected you.
Not thinking about safety of the other person.
I believe that anybody with HIV who intentionally tries to harm someone else, who tries to infect somebody else, that person is a criminal, and that person should go to jail. You look at people like that, or people who might be positive and don't bother getting tested, and I'm the one that gets sent to jail? Me, the person who cares enough about his health to get tested and get treated. There are millions of people like me. Did I suddenly become psychopathic when I got HIV? It's trying to infect everyone that I sleep with.
You still have a responsibility.
Didn't you have a responsibility to ask me? I was there. I was there in bed with you. And I am the one that pulled out the condom, if you'll recall. It was me.
Wait a second. What are you saying?
I'm saying that I could have barebacked you if I wanted to. And you can't tell me that you haven't been in situations with someone who did not disclose their HIV status with whom you did not use a rubber. Don't tell me that because I won't believe it.
No one would not tell me they were positive and then do that.
How the hell do you think people get infected? It happens all the time. Are you actually trusting the guy that barebacks you? And people misjudge. They make mistakes. They're afraid. They're human. They're afraid of being stigmatized.
And that's why we have these laws, to make sure people act with some sense.
There were laws against sex between races. There were laws against sex between men. They were wrong.
But wait, those are not situations that involve a deadly virus.
That is so 1980s. I'm sorry, but HIV is not deadly anymore. Not for people like me.
Look, someone knew what they were doing when they made these laws.
The people who made these laws don't give a shit about you. They were meant to demonize people with HIV. They're a stand-in for homophobia and racism. The people who made these laws don't want us having sex at all.
Oh, man up.
I know you're pissed off. I understand your anger. I understand it a lot better than I used to, okay? But personal anger should not be the driving force behind putting people into jail. I mean, this whole thing is like townspeople with pitchforks.
But all these young gay guys are getting infected by people.
They certainly are. And if they test positive these days, they not only face the stigma of all their friends thinking they should have known better, but they're pissed off and they're embarrassed and they want someone to pay for it. And these laws play right into their sense of vengeance and humiliation. How did we get here? I mean, we didn't used to test positive and start pointing fingers and wanting to throw people into jail.
Are you done? Is your grand anthropological argument over? Because at the end of the day, this comes down to you and me and what happened between us.
Exactly. If you think you've been wronged by me, if you think you've been damaged somehow by my not telling you I was positive and you're not asking, then take it to civil court somewhere. That's where this belongs.
Don't tempt me. I still have options.
Don't I know it?
Are we done here?
I certainly hope so.
Good. I've heard about enough.
Thanks for hearing it. I meant no harm. I wish you well.
Fine. Thanks. Have a nice life.